in 2019, I attempted a full through hike of the Appalachian Trail. But the key word there is attempted. I actually went about 275 miles. I went from Mount Springer, Georgia to Hot Springs, North Carolina. And there I had to call it a quits because I realized an old ankle injury that I had re-injured on the trail just wasn't recovering in time. So I did have a lot of fun while I was out there. I experienced a lot, did a lot. It was a lot of fun. Had a, pretty great time. So without, further postponing this anymore, let's go check out the footage. Here I am at the arch for the Appalachian Trail. We finally arrived after a couple delays in travel due to accidents, which were pretty interesting. Here's Mark strolling up, getting ready to be up here at the arch too. We just checked in and got our tags.
Hey guys, how you doing?
So, stoked for that. So we are not doing the approach trail. We're going to cut the approach trail and then join in at Springer. So I will cut back there. Welcome back. We are now coming down from Mount Springer. I forgot to film up there, but I did take photos. And we just said farewell for 6 weeks to our pack. And they're supposed to intersect us wherever we are 6 weeks from now. And we're taking a 0 day with them there. So wherever that may be. And so yeah, it's the original plan I had was like 15.6 miles today, which is not going to be the case for sure because, well, we got a wee bit lost trying to find the check-in place because we're northerners. I mean, let's face it, we don't drive in the mountains. And also it was like a 46-minute drive out here, and we really drug our feet a little bit too much at the hotel, so we didn't really start until about noon. So our day is majority. Where we're stopping, I have no idea. I'll have to look at the guide and figure out the I don't know, the next viable camp. So yeah, I'll cut back when I don't know, have something interesting happen or something. So welcome to the Appalachian Trail. We just passed Stove Creek Shelter about, I'd estimate, a mile back.
Yeah.
And this trail is awesome. This is nothing like East Fork, and I love it so much. East Fork's where I trained at for this, and it was muddy and sloppy, and the trail was narrow, and this is just awesome. This is awesome. And it's beautiful at that. East Fork was just ugly. And I love the sound of the creek. There's always a creek, or at least so far there has been. And I'm just loving that. So yeah, we took a lunch break maybe like 0.3 of a mile before Stove Creek Shelter, and then we kept on moving. So it's been great so far. Cut back if anything else happens, or to check in next time. Check it out, we're about 4.1 because I literally just saw the sign for it from Springer. And this awesome creek's here. Certainly got no complaints. This place is absolutely awesome. We definitely don't have water this clear in Ohio, so definitely can appreciate that. Typically how it works. All right, so I am back. There's Mark. We just went up some mountain. I don't know what it was. It was worse, in my opinion, than Springer.
Not really, but
I felt worse.
still took the breath out.
Yeah, definitely. And the eyes are burning. We're finally going downhill. That's why I'm videoing, because I feel good now. And so yeah, the weather's still great. It's nice, sunny. It's actually not that bad. It's not that hot. We're in the shade, and there's a nice cross breeze coming through. So nothing to complain about there. A little low on water. I just haven't seen a source in a while since really we got on this mountain, or at least a good way up it. So looking for the next water source and all that. All right, I will cut back eventually. So we, I don't know, there was a comedic confusion where my GPS said 16.9 miles, and we were like, that ain't possible.
No way.
And so I'm looking at the guide, and I'm like, I don't remember crossing some of these, but I think I remember crossing others. And so that was confusing. And then finally we ended up finding a sign at Horse Gap, at 3.5 to Cooper Gap. We're gonna stop shortly after that somewhere. And yeah, so that's the plan with that. So we're probably, what would you say, a mile from that sign? We got like 2.5 left. It's 6:30 something.
6:47.
Oh, never mind, 6:47. And we just summited something. I don't know what it was. And
Kick my butt now.
I like that name. So now we're heading back down, and I think the next time I will record will either be if something really interesting happens or if we make it to camp. Either one's both as likely and unlikely as each other. So all right guys, we have made it to what we are calling camp, and it's Cooper Gap. There's like somebody's already made camp here at some point. There's Mark over there with his stuff. Slowly working on getting mine to the tent. Obviously bear bag's got to go up somewhere. And yeah, so I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not. I'm on a hill. Mark's on flat ground. So and also important to talk about, I have half a liter of water. See it right there. And I think Mark's probably got about the same. And the next water source that is marked on the guide, at least, is 2 miles away. So tomorrow we're gonna be booking it to the water source. Oh, these gnats are killing me. So I'm gonna get off now, and I'm gonna eat and drink some of the water and then go to bed. Welcome to the morning of day 2 on the Appalachian Trail. We just packed up camp. I literally just threw my backpack on, and we're about to head out. We still need to get water because last night we camped without a water source. And yeah, so I have like maybe 2 ounces of water left and 2 miles to hike to get water, so yay. We have a bit of an ambitious goal today, and that is we want to make it to Neal's Gap, which is about 20 miles from said location. So that will be today's goal. So I will cut back when something else happens. Check this out. So we're at like Camping Creek or something like that was the sign up there. I don't know if that's just saying you can camp and there's a creek, or if that's actually the name of it. But regardless, that is an awesome stream. So definitely no complaints about that. We need some water. We got water at like literally out of a ditch a while back. So we have water, just always good to top off. And plus this place is awesome to take a break at.
Amen.
So hey guys, so we just rolled up through Gooch Gap. So we did that finally. And I think it said on the guide that there was a water source. I ain't seen it yet. We're still hiking around to find it. And yeah, it's been awesome. So I realized this morning, or actually not this morning, I was talking about taking ibuprofen this morning, and then I ended up getting up, walking, eating, so on and so forth. And I was focused on water, forgot about taking the ibuprofen. So clearly I wasn't doing too bad. But I started getting on the trail and I'm like, man, I'm kind of sore. I'm like, I can handle this, but it's not really fun. And then it occurred to me at about, I don't know, a couple hours in, I never took the ibuprofen. So I took the ibuprofen, and then I didn't bring any electrolyte powder, but Mark did. And so he gave me some of that, and I put it in a bottle. And then also, you know, I ate lunch. And totally awesome. I'm feeling great again. So I'm stoked about that. I just found a sign that says water. So I'm gonna cut off, refill, so on and so forth. Hey guys, I'll be completely honest. I have no idea where I'm at, somewhere on the Appalachian Trail. Well, looking out over this just makes me feel small. That's insane. Hey guys, Welcome to morning of day 3. Notice there's a big time jump there because about 5, maybe 6 o'clock, Mark fell and hurt his arm and had to quit. So it just became a solo trip. Getting ready to enter the Blood Mountain Wilderness and stoked for that. The goal today is 10.8 because I had a late start from yesterday events. So it's like almost 11 o'clock. So we're gonna make 10.8 to Neil's Gap and stay at the hostel there. I guess resupply. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. So we have our first snake, though I think it's a black rat snake. I'm not entirely certain. I'm just going to nudge him off the trail. Go on, buddy. So yeah, first snake of the Appalachian Trail. Check that out. So I was talking to an ATC guy last night, and he was saying that Georgia is pretty rocky compared to most of the southern portion of the trail. And he was saying that once I get out of Georgia, it should clear out and become dirt paths, and I shouldn't have to encounter any serious rock until Pennsylvania again. So I'm looking forward to that, because rock just slows you down, man. Even downhill it kind of sucks. So yeah, so I'm excited about that, because I'm from Ohio. All we have is dirt, basically. So there's like a few exceptions. There's Hocking Hill, and then there's rock there, but even there most of the paths are dirt. They're not this rock infused dirt and rock paths like here. So not that that's stopping me, it's totally fine. I'd much prefer dirt. So looking forward to that. Check him out. I have no idea what he is, just to be honest. And yes, he's definitely alive. See, move, buddy. See? I think he's some sort of mole. Look at him. He's cute. I think he's a mole though. He's awfully small. I don't really know. Interesting. I just made it to Jared's Gap, which is 5.6 if I remember correctly. There's a sign over there. I'm just too lazy to get up and look at it. But it's 5.6 away from Woody Gap, which is where I started this morning, and 5 miles till Neil's Gap. So, oh, might I mention that I started at, I think 10:30, maybe 11. It was probably 11, and it's 1:30, and I've already made 5.6 miles. So I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. So I'm just stopping here for a lunch break and putting some more Mio Energy in my drinks, which this stuff is, it's the crap right there. It's basically been keeping me alive. So hey guys, so I'm fighting the I think it's Blood Mountain I'm on right now, and I think it's the biggest thing that I've been on thus far, and it's been pretty rough. There's a lot of ascent. It's not, I guess it's not been that bad, but it hasn't been that rocky on this side. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. So right here, I'm right at the intersection with Slaughter Creek Trail. Somewhere down there is the Freeman Trail. And I thought I'd pull this on video because this is pretty neat. So that pipe there, it's just held by another rock, and it collects the water from the stream so that you can fill up your bottles, which I haven't seen yet. So smart, and I appreciate whoever did it. I just climbed Blood Mountain, finally. That took forever. That's probably one of the hardest things I've done. Whoa. I'm holding it up as high as I can. Can't see much. A lot of trees, the cabin, or the stone shelters over there, the Blood Mountain shelter. It was pretty neat. There were some people sleeping in there. I would have filmed around it. There's like a dozen people on like the rocks up there, which I got up there too and took some pictures. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, so here's the marker. Check it out. Pretty sick stuff. That is a view and a half. But what the crap is that? This is the trail. It goes down this massive chunk of, I think, granite. Whew. Oh. All right, I'm getting off. This sucks. Hey guys, I am at Mountain Crossing Hostel, and so right here at Neil's Gap, I kind of screwed up last time. I forgot to hit record as I walked in, so that was fun. But yeah, I got off Blood Mountain. Not much to say about it besides it sucked, but check out the view. So I have to resupply here. They open at 9 o'clock, so I got up at 6:30 and I'm waiting till 9 o'clock to resupply because I have like legit Cliff Bars and that's about it. So stoked to resupply. But yeah, great view. It's a really nice place. I like it. So it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So here I am, somewhere after Neil's Gap, not incredibly far. I just got to the top of whatever hills here. I don't know if you can see out there or not. There's some mountains, and then you really can't see out there, but you can vaguely see they're out there too. And I'm just on top of the ridge, chilling. So I did my resupply there. I expected, just because, you know, it was like the shelter, or not the shelter, the hostel right there on the trail, that it was going to like price gouge the crap out of, you know, raise the prices on everything. But it really wasn't bad. I spent 23 bucks on my resupply and it worked out, so not whining about that at all. So that was my first time at a hostel, and I met some pretty awesome people there, so it's pretty cool. Being that we all pretty much had to wait for the resupply in the morning, slash some of them just wanted some candy and stuff in the morning. So we all stayed there till 9 and then rolled out within a few minutes of each other. But yeah, so because the resupply didn't open until so late, we all slept in and we stayed up the night before till like 11. So, which isn't normal. But it was fun. We had fun. Lots of stories to share. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I just made it to the gap. Tessinate, I'm guessing is how it's said. Tessinate Gap. So just made it there, and I see one of the wilderness signs. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm getting ready to leave the second wilderness, or like the wilderness area, whatever they call it. I did Blood Mountain, you know, yesterday, and then this one is Raven Cliffs Wilderness. So, cool stuff. Cool stuff. So, and there's a bunch of giant steps. So, there's been steps for the past day and a half, forever. And I'm about done with steps. About done with steps. Scratch that. I did not leave Ravencliff's Wilderness. I just saw a sign meant for other people. Clearly, as you can tell, I'm about to die. But pretty awesome view. Once again, camera doesn't quite see things as well, but you know, what you gonna do about it? At the bottom of this hill is a sign that says hog pen 0.9. I'm getting fairly close to the top. Oh, I need water too. I'm about out, so. Just made it out of Hogpen Gap and 4.4 to Low Gap, potentially camping there. Unicoi 14 miles beyond this point. So, ways to go to Unicoi, but still. And yeah, lots of cool flower. But yeah, so I just stocked back up on water, and man, I can feel it. It's heavy. Got 2 liters, which may be a bit much, but I don't know. I go through it pretty quick. And I'd rather like have it and carry it than have to take off-trail water sources. So I'd much rather that. So I'll cut back if anything happens, or if 4.4 later at Low Head Gap or whatever it was. So just made it to Low Gap Shelter. So check it out, pretty cool. There's a privy up and around that way. And I got here a few minutes ago, I guess. And I just started cracking into my food because I am hungry. Neat little water source right there. Pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna call it a night. Hi, so welcome back. I didn't record yesterday because, well, we were pushing. We did about 13 miles. The goal is to make it to, what is it, Dix Creek Gap, where we can get a ride to Hiawassee. We stayed at the cheese factory, which I continually had dreams about cheesecake factory. That would have been awesome. But yeah, so the wind today's picked up quite a bit. We just started a little bit ago, and yeah, Hiawassee, man. I'm excited. I'm gonna try either get Zaxby's or pizza or both. So stoked for that. Also, I need some sort of like electrolyte mix. I'm starting to feel the lack of that. I ran out the last resupply and then forgot to buy some. So that wasn't cool. Still isn't. So I'm probably just gonna be walking around town like straight up shooting packets of Propel. So yeah. I am near the top of Trait Mountain, and there's a, oh, here's Trait Mountain, like a, it's kind of like a rock ledge. There's a pretty awesome view out there. I don't know if you can tell or not. There's like fog condensing in like the valleys of the mountains. It's pretty neat. So, all right, I'm gonna get back walking. There's the little plate thing. So this is the actual top. I was like 10 feet away from it when I recorded last, so.
Man, it was a tough mile and a half too.
Yeah, it really was.
Just made it to the, oh, I just made it and took a shower, and I'm recording, to the Budget Inn in Hiawassee, which is pretty awesome, actually. I mean, for 45 bucks cash, you can get 2 beds, cable TV, a mini fridge, a microwave, and a pale blue toilet, sink, and shower. But I mean, hey, I seriously have no complaints about that. This is pretty nice. I present to you the rain. This is day 2 of it. I didn't do much recording yesterday. Because of the rain, I was getting used to it, and I was pushing pretty hard to get where we got, and we got stopped due to the weather getting too bad. But we made it up to Bly Gap, and we camped basically right next to the winding tree or the twisted tree of Bly's Gap, which is pretty neat. We crossed the state border, or the state line. So we are officially North Carolina, which is pretty awesome. So super stoked for that. So today, or at least we're mapping it out in sections. I think we're gonna try and go farther. I'm not entirely sure, it all depends. But we want to go to Standing Indian Shelter. And then basically, depending on time, energy, how beat down we are, see if we can regroup and go farther. But it's probably gonna be right there. So, kind of reminds me of home. It's rainy, it's kind of chilly, it's wet and muddy. Basically Ohio. So, yeah. I set up my tent in the rain, changed into dry clothes. I had 2 pairs. And then I changed back into my wet crap. And I'm going at it again. So, it wasn't raining when I initially got up, which was nice. It just started raining basically once we were almost finished packing up. So, yeah, that's that. So, yeah, it's gonna be a wet day. It's gonna be the next couple days are gonna be pretty damp. So, looking forward to that. Southern Untitled Wilderness. Getting there, one step at a time. All right, we are getting ready to leave Standing Indian Shelter. It is 10:40. We waited for the rain to stop, and I still kind of want to die. So everything's so wet and soggy. It reminds me of home. That's what I wanted.
Wouldn't it be nice to find a gold nugget in these hills while we're walking? You start talking about silver. You start talking about the silver and opioids that have been making war in China and Europe. I don't really know what you start talking about.
Look at that! This is the view from the fire tower at Albert Mountain. We climbed up it in a storm. That is awesome. They have the actual building area up there locked off, but whoa. Whoa. Just past the 100-mile mark. I just gotta do it basically 21 more times. This has been a crazy day. We started at 10:40 because of the rain, and then we ended up hauling out into it anyway. And we've basically been hiking in rain all day. That's right! We hiking the Appalachian Trail! We're all pretty pumped from it. What? Let's go! We just woke up all of nature. That's 100 miles, man. That's a big deal. Ah, it feels good. It feels good. Back in the rain again. Took a 0-day in Franklin, North Carolina. Got an awesome burger there. Stayed in the hotel for the day. Rested up. It was nice to escape the rain for a day, but now we are back in it. So the goal of the day is 15 miles. On the very last day, which I didn't record that evening of it, we ended up finishing off in the night. So doing some night hiking. And we ended up just barely breaking 20 miles, and it was pretty awesome. Pretty stinking awesome. All right, I'm gonna get off because I gotta get up that crap.
This would be the place where
Oh, there goes the feet, soaked.
not so bad, you're right.
So I camped about 0.8 miles before the Natahal Outdoor Center, the NOC or the NOC, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just now strolling up to it, which is awesome. There's a restaurant here, and I'm hoping to have breakfast. If not, I'm eating pizza for breakfast, and I'm cool with that too. So yeah, at the NOC. I really don't know where to go on the NOC, but here I am. So currently I'm crawling out of the NOC, which is a little bit of a climb. So I took a break to catch some air and cool off a little bit. And I figured this would be a good time to update on what exactly I did in the NOC. So, the knock. So, I got breakfast. That restaurant down there is awesome. I got the class 3, so I got 3 eggs, 4 pieces of toast, hash browns, 3 strips of bacon, and then I got 2 cups of coffee because I haven't had real coffee in a while. So I was super excited to get a swig of that. And from there, I went to the general store. I got some like general snacks. I got some Skittles and some Chips Ahoy's, just some stuff that I've been craving a little bit. Also got a Sprite, which is gonna be my fuel today, getting out of the NOC. It's not even gonna last to the top, man. But so yeah, and then I went to the like outfitters kind of thing, the like actual gear resupply store. And they have a computer up there to fill out your paperwork and buy your Smoky Mountains permit. So I got my AT through hiker northbound permit, or backcountry permit, or whatever it's called, for the Great Smoky Mountains, which I'm scheduled to be in 2 days, or at least that's the idea. So that's 16 miles a day, even though I'm really not starting until 10:30. That's when I started after I got out of the restaurant and all that stuff. And then 15 the next day, and that plops me on in Fontana. And then obviously the day after that, resupply and whatever, and then push through into the Smokies. So that's the plan. Whether it holds together or not, we will find out. I'm prepared to night hike again. I did it once by myself for a little bit. It wasn't the coolest thing ever, but I could get used to it. I mean, it was cool outside, which was nice, and it wasn't raining at that point. That's kind of the big reason why we pushed in the night, because there was no rain. Oh, did I forget to mention that? Blue skies. Oh my gosh, blue skies. So today I rolled in there. Normally I'd be like, you know, I want a window seat, but I want to be in the AC. Nah, not today, man. Sun was out this morning when I woke up, and I'm like, set me outside, set me in the sun. And oh my gosh, that's where I sat there and ate my stupid amount of breakfast food. Oh, it was so good. So awesome. Glad to have the sunshine back. You've been away for too long, man. So, he's back. I'm excited about it. So, also I had 2 cups of coffee. So, like, I already said like real coffee, which is awesome, but I mean like, I haven't had caffeine in a couple days. I was using like the Mio Energy, then I ran out, then I kept forgetting to buy it at resupplies. Like I haven't had it since Hiawassee. So, been a little bit, it's been a hot minute. So, just the caffeine of that was awesome. So, yep, I'm going to continue crawling out of the NOC. So, now that is a pretty stinking awesome view. And one heck of a climb to get to it. And I think it's still going up. I just stopped here for a breather, drink some water. So yesterday was the first time that I got a glimpse of the sun in like 5 days. Oh my gosh, it was nice. Like I said, a glimpse. So story goes, I'm rolling up the top of the mountains. It was in between the shelter I stayed at last night. I don't remember their name. I think it was Rufus Morgan, maybe, was the one I stayed at last night. And it's like a mile away from the knock. Anyway, it was in between that and the shelter before it. So it was in between shelters. And it had rained and been cloudy and nasty a majority of the day. And I gotta wipe away the sweat. But anyway, so it was just miserable climbing up there. It was really high elevation. It was kind of hard to catch my breath. And I'm like, you know, it was the last 5 miles of the day. So I was in a little bit of hurt. My feet were all blistered up, soaking wet. Terrible. So I'm having a little meltdown. I bend over my trekking poles at the top of this mountain that's supposed to, according to the guy, I'd have like, or maybe it was the app, I don't know, supposed to have some like amazing view. And there I am up in the rain missing it. So I'm just kind of been over the trekking poles, taking a minute, you know, oh my God, you know. And I don't know how long I've been over the trekking poles. And then I felt something that was like, what? I felt the sun roasting on my back. So I reared up real quick and looked around, and I looked up and you could see the sun roasting away all the fog. So I sat up there for a few minutes while the fog dissipated and the storm rolled out. And it was a beautiful view. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. You know, that kind of thing. Having a miniature meltdown, but it was good. It was good. It was refreshing. And like 20 minutes after that, it rained again. But I don't know. It was nice to get a break of the mountains, or a break and to look at the mountains. You could see all the way out to, I think, what was Fontana, because it's the only large lake that I know of, and you could see a lake from the top of the mountain. So it was pretty awesome. So just taking a breather right now on this, this rock somewhere on the mountains that are raising up from the NOC. So I really don't know where I'm at, just to be honest. Somewhere between here and there. So this is the view from Cheobald, something like that. I didn't see any signs up here. I read it in my guide a while ago. Only reason I know this is it is because I passed someone that said it was, so I assume they're right. And this is, you know, it looks like a bald, so, you know, but it is pretty neat. I mean, you can see way out there in the mountains. And those are some big stinking mountains out there. Kind of intimidating. I mean, look at that one. Holy crap. Jeez. So last night, I don't remember to the exact point, but I made it just over, like point something over 17 miles. So that was pretty awesome. I made it to the Brown Fork Gap, the Gap Shelter or whatever. So it's kind of a weird name, but whatever. So there was a tiny water source down there. It wasn't bad. I had the shelter to myself, which was nice. And then today I'm going to the Fontana Hilton, so getting a shower. It'll be nice. Also, I'm getting low on power. I'm not sure what the charging capability there is, but I need some more juice to get through the Smokies. And there's no doubt about that. I have half a power bank left, so kind of a problem. But I'll get it worked out, I guess. So at this point, I have eaten lunch a while ago, like 2 hours ago. I've been hustling some miles, and I'm like 2 hours away from Fontana. Just saw the sign. Thought it was pretty interesting how the tree was eating the sign. So, but on the way to Fontana. Good morning. It is 9:21, like the second before I checked, before I turned the camera on. Still in Fontana. We're on the approach sidewalk to the dam, which runs parallel to the road, just right past the Fontana Hilton, which was a neat shelter, but there was a power crisis there recently. So I went into town and got a night there. Or actually, it was the Creekside place. It's actually in the guide advertised as Robbinsville, but it was close enough here that they'd pick me up and do the night and stuff. So it was neat. Yeah, so I got all my power packs charged up for the Smokies, man. Getting crazy. Crossing the Fontana Dam. Pretty awesome stuff. Pretty stinking awesome stuff. Yeah, that really is gorgeous. That's insane. Heading into the Smokies. Figured this would be a good location to do a bit of a check-in. So last night I stayed at the Russell something shelter, which is 15 miles into the Smokies, if you include from the Fontana Hilton. So that's all I did yesterday. And then today we're gonna try and pull out 20. It's gonna be a long day regardless, because my right ankle, the bad ankle, is acting up finally. I knew it eventually would, but I was hoping it wouldn't for a while. So I'm gonna brace it up. Or I'm gonna shuttle into Gatlinburg once I get there, and then brace it up and then hopefully it'll perform a lot better. It's totally fine or manageable with ibuprofen, so I ain't been missing a dose. But so here's the view from Rocky Top. It is absolutely amazing. So it's absolutely beautiful up here. Absolutely beautiful. It's also very hot. Take that back. This is apparently the top of a Rocky Top. 5,527 feet up. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. It's hot up here too, and I just ran out of water, which isn't that big of a deal. There's not a whole lot of water out here, but ooh, butterfly. But I haven't been needing a whole lot either. This is pretty neat. So I'll cut back to either something interesting, cool view, or when I get water. So, all right. So I didn't record yesterday. I was just kind of huffing out whatever miles it was. So my parents hiked in a ankle brace, which was pretty awesome. And so I got the ankle brace back on, and then they took me to Pigeon Forge. That's where they had a hotel, and I spent the night there, showered up, charged up my batteries and stuff, and ate some food. And then today on the way back, I ate half a large pizza. So, and then now I'm on the trail that takes you back to the Appalachian Trail right up at Kleeman's Dome. So marching on back to the trail.